Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Charles the Band, and welcome you guys to another episode of the Dreamers Pro Show, where we cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment, and we give you guys a fresh perspective on things and how we see them. And today we got a hell of a show for you guys. Before we get into it, please make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel. Also, if you want today's full show, before it comes out on YouTube, it is streaming for free on the Dreamers Pro podcast. We have pinned below. Let me get into this topic here. So as you guys know, there was a rule that was implemented by the NBA where basically they said in order for players to qualify for awards like All NBA Team, All Defense, MVP, Defensive Player of the Year, etc., players need to play a minimum of 65 games and play at least 20 minutes in those games to be able to be eligible. Fantastic. Tyrese Halliburton comes out, he complains and starts whining and moaning up about it. And he says, oh, well, what the owners want is what the owners want. So I guess we just up here working for the owners. It means what the owners want. And I'm like, because you guys didn't collectively bargain that? Okay. Anyway, so he says that. Then some other players start coming out there and start whining and moaning and crying about it like Draymond Green. And then Stephen A. Smith pushes back on ESPN and all of that, talking about, how about you just go out there and earn your bloody salary, and you guys are the reason that this situation is where it is. So what happens? Joel Embiid plays against the Golden State Warriors, and he gets injured in a freak accident. And by the way, the injury he sustained had nothing to do with the prior injury. But nevertheless, we're going to keep playing into the emotions of it all. Then what happens? LeBron James then decides, on his own volition, to go to Twitter and go on a personal tirade against the media and why he feels that media members need to apologize to Joel Embiid. So let me read what he posted on Twitter about less than 20 hours ago. He wrote, "Where are all of these media outlets, TV media personalities, hot takes that talk so much bleep about Joel Embiid missing those games when he knew what he was dealing with? Now he's out with an injury because of it. Not one person has went back on TV or their dumbass podcast and apologize to that man. No accountability. Trash." So that's what LeBron posted. I gotta ask LeBron, what is he talking about? What is he talking about? What are they supposed to be apologizing for? Joel Embiid had a history of missing games against marquee players like Nikola Jokic. The media was pointing out the facts of the matter. Wasn't the media dissing him, attacking him? That was what was really happening. That's number one. Number two, even LeBron said it. He said, where all the media outlets, TV personalities, hot takes talk so much bleep about Joel Embiid missing those games when he knew what he was dealing with. Good. So if Joel Embiid knew what he was dealing with, why was he pressing so hard to play all of those games to win the MVP award? Why was he doing that? Why didn't he prioritize his health? Then some people say, well, it's because of the 65 game rule that they put into place. Now we got to go back to the question. Why did they put this rule in place? The reason that they put this rule in place is because players like LeBron and others were totally abusing NBA fans. They would not show up. These guys would be perfectly healthy and they'll be sitting on the bench resting. Load management would stipulate, even if you're perfectly healthy to play, we're going to sit you down as a preventative measure to ensure that you don't get injured. Kyrie Irving would show up and then walk out whenever he decided to do it. Ben Simmons, that damn Ben Simmons, also played a role with that madness that he pulled with the Philadelphia 76ers. You can throw in Kawhi, you can throw in PG, you can throw in whoever you want to throw in, Greg Popovich and all of them. But the fact of the matter is, these players created a climate in which the NBA had to sit back and say, we got to do something about this. And then they went to the table and then they agreed to it. So why is LeBron whining about something that the players agreed to? You guys agreed to it. in the negotiation. So now why is it, that's the first. The second thing, are you saying that the media shouldn't point out the fact that Joel Embiid was missing all of those major games against Nikola Jokic? If that's the reason you're saying it, the question is, why should they not do that? Why? Because they're saying tough things about him. Isn't that part of the business? Isn't that part of what you signed up for? It just seems like LeBron was looking for somebody to lash out at, and he just decided he was going to lash out at the media. The media, by the way, that spends their 24-hour cycle twerking it up for LeBron all week long. That's the part I don't even get. That's all the mainstream media does, is twerk it up for LeBron. All. That's what ESPN essentially is. The LeBron James Network. Then you go to FS1. You got Nick Wright. You got Chris Broussard. You got this person. You got that person. All of these people are sitting up there twerking it up for LeBron on a daily basis. And then he turns around. Colin Cowherd and all of them. Shannon Sharp. All of them. Then he turns around and attacks that very same media. I don't understand it. And then the part about it is he left it totally ambiguous because we don't know who he's talking about. The media. Who is the media? The podcast. What podcasts? Are you talking about Stephen A. Smith? Are you talking about Shannon Sharp? Are you talking about JJ Redick? Are you talking about Draymond? Who are you talking about? This just seems like another passive-aggressive post where LeBron felt like he needed to complain and whine about something because maybe he was bored. Maybe he got tired of counting. Maybe he decided, I'm going to wake up today, I'm going to count $10 million in cash. And then I'm bored, so what am I going to do? Let me just find a way to lash out at somebody and go off on somebody because, well, I ain't got nothing else. I'm bored. Like, what was the need for all of this? And why are you making it seem like a Joel Embiid is some victim? Joel Embiid has an injury history. He has an injury history. And yet again, he finds himself injured in an injury that had nothing to do with the previous injury. So what does it have to do with the media? What does that have to do with? How does it correlate? But that's LeBron for you, man. That's LeBron for you. Obviously, some of his supporters are going to be very upset with me. They're going to start asking me how much money does, and I got to just talk about this quickly before we head out. Why LeBron supporters, why you guys got this fetish of asking men how much money they make off of LeBron and all of this? I don't ask you guys how much money Gilbert Arenas and all these guys make hating on Michael Jordan all day long. What is this fetish with you guys asking people? Oh, because I said, well, LeBron videos are not they're not the main content. We have other videos that do very, very well. You guys never ask about it. You're just waiting for, oh, well, he did LeBron videos and it got views. Listen, there are LeBron fans that love LeBron that do LeBron videos that don't get views. The content is good. That's why it gets views. Period. These are my thoughts. Whatever you guys think, leave your thoughts in the comments. We catch you on the next show. Peace.